All right.
Recording in progress.
All right. I think we're ready to go. So, welcome everyone to our fun little hangout this afternoon. It is going to be all about what it actually means to unlock income or create income with doTERRA, why you would partner with doTERRA, why would you even look at this, what does it entail, and just answer any questions you have about taking your love of natural health products and taking it a little bit further. For those of you that already have doTERRA in your home, some of you might be watching this and you're just out there and you're seeking and something connected you to this video and you're like, hey, I just want to explore this, and maybe you don't have doTERRA in your home, but we'll explore a little bit on this call today, this workshop, of why you should bring doTERRA in your home, and then how you can expand in your streams of income by sharing doTERRA. So really excited to have you here. I'm live in a couple of different places. It's been a little bit of a crazy day in my world. My kids just got home from school. They got out early today. I'm getting ready to leave and go on one of my favorite experiences every year, and that is a leadership retreat with doTERRA. That's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. And I have a 4 a.m. flight tomorrow, or a 5 a.m. flight, which means I have to get up very, very early. And today hasn't gone as planned. And I'm sharing this with you today, not for you to be like, oh, everybody needs to know what's going on in Katie's life. No, I'm sharing this with you because one of the most beautiful aspects I have found from saying yes to doTERRA almost 12 years ago is that I can still create a business and generate income even when my days are kind of all over the place. And I can do it from my home and I can do it from my computer. I am streaming live to 3 places right now, and I don't know how many people have access to this this little chat and hangout, and I can do it in my sweatshirt, my yoga pants, and I, full honesty and transparency, haven't even brushed my teeth today. And that's one of the things that I love most about this decision I made to create with doTERRA over 12 years ago, and a little bit about what I'm going to be sharing today as we go. So just a couple of quick housekeeping notes. If you're live in the Zoom room, there's a chat feature. And if you're live in the Zoom room, you will get a live Q&A at the end of this class. I want to answer your questions. I want to pick your brains and just get to know you a little bit more. And so you're going to just drop things into that chat feature and we'll get your questions answered. Now, if you are tuning into this, maybe you're watching a recording later on because I sent you a recording link, or I'm sending you, you're seeing this in a Facebook group, or maybe you're seeing this on YouTube. There will be a link in the comments of wherever you're seeing this from that will take you back to a replay page where you can get in contact with me, or you can put it in the comments and I will share more, and we can schedule a conversation to have a call. But please also, in the comments or wherever you're watching, make sure you ask your questions, because if you have the question, more than likely somebody else has that question, and I want to get your questions answered. Okay, so let's dive in and chat. We're going to be here for about 30 minutes and just having a little conversation, a candid conversation about doTERRA, the doTERRA company, and what it means to maybe share some of our products and create some income in your life, whether that's for groceries, whether that's a little bit extra, maybe that's to get your products paid for, maybe you want to create this as a full-time business. The possibilities are endless, and there's something for everybody here. We're all part of this collective, and whether you are sharing with one person a month or 10 people a month or one person a year, you have a place and you have a home here. So I just want to look first at, the 3 types of people that are maybe showing up on this call today. And there's 3 types of people when we start to look at doTERRA, and that is that you're the people that you're like, hey, I love my oils. I absolutely love my oils. I love living this wellness lifestyle. I love taking care of my body and my family's body in a holistic way. And you love your products. That's going to be the majority of the people that have doTERRA in their home. But then a lot of times what happens is you're loving your oils and you are just naturally talking to other people about your oils. Maybe you're even gifting some of them to your friends and family for a Christmas gift or a birthday gift, because you're kind of starting to go over into this, what we call the share category. And the people that want to share the products, you're here, you want to get your products paid for. You want that little extra for income for the groceries right now. or the extra gas, or maybe you want to go on spring break with your kids. And that's not feasible right now unless you figure out a way to bring some income in. And that is the next group of people that we have, that they've taken that passion for living doTERRA and they are sharing it with others. Okay. And then we have people that are like, you're like, hey, I love this thing and I have found my message, my mission, and my purpose with doTERRA, and I want to really earn income and make an impact. Okay. And so we're going to really explore and dive into each of these areas. But if you're here, you fall in one of these categories. And what I'd love for you to do, no matter where you're joining me today, is just go ahead and put it in the comments. Where are you at right now at this moment in time? I don't need to know, like, maybe you're here because you're curious about the share and the build, but where are you currently? How would you classify yourself? Are you living the wellness lifestyle? Are you sharing, you're building? And if you're doing none of the above, let us know that too. I want to know what you're here for today. And if you also want to share, like, hey, what's my biggest thing that I want to learn today? I would love for you to do that. I mean, I wish that I was sitting with all of you right now with a hot cup of coffee around my kitchen table, but right now that's not possible. And, but I want this to feel as much like that as possible. Okay. So, just a couple of backgrounds before we really dive into what we're going to explore today. I have kind of this segue of different topics. First, I want to talk about why, just women, the industry and the landscape in general right now in the US for women. And guys, I'm not leaving you out, but the majority of the people that I work with are women who want to create things a little bit differently. They want to bring in income into their home, but they want to do it a little bit differently than that traditional workforce employment where you're like leaving the house and working for 40 to 50 to 60 hours a week. You want to do things in a way that you can stay home. So we're going to explore that in general, just kind of the landscape of where we're at right now. And then we're going to start to look at just the social selling industry in general. What does it even mean to be a social seller, a network marketer? And then really dive into the heart and the passion of doTERRA. And then we'll wrap it up with, what are the different paths that you can take and what would be required of you if you're like, hey, I want to unlock income, and what does that actually look like? Okay. So just some fun facts of just in general. This is from 2016. So this is actually intensified and increased a lot since then. But there's a lot of women leaving the workforce right now. Okay. I was one of those women in 2010. I left the workforce. I had a corporate job. I worked for the CFO of a company and the CEO. I loved my job. I got very well paid. I had great benefits, but I left because it wasn't what I wanted. I was tired of being the mom that left my child off the first thing in the morning at daycare and picked him up the last at night. I was tired of the constant stress of juggling back and forth. And I decided, when my husband got transferred for his job, we decided, like, hey, we had both come from families where our moms had stayed at home with us, and we wanted that for our kids. And so we kind of did the math and we decided that I would stay at home. And so there's a lot of women that are out here seeking something different. Are you that person? You're like, hey, maybe you're in that stage of life where you're like, hey, I'll enjoy being retired. I don't want to go back into the workforce, but I would really like to do something that, I could contribute a little bit more. Or maybe you're a mom right now and you've got 4 kids and they are in so many activities. I can attest because I've got 3 kids that are in a lot of activities, and you want to be able to be that mom that's dropping off. You're getting your kids to activities, you're getting to all their events. But in those couple of hours a day, you're like, hey, it'd be really awesome if I could come and figure out something to do, right? So in general, women are wanting to do something different. They want flexibility, right? We want a better work-life balance. Do you know a woman's body is not actually designed to work more than 20 to 25 hours a week, but yet we're told that we have to work these 40 to 50, there's a lot in there. But we're still trying to manage everything at home. We're trying to work, and there's just this unaccord. There's this unbalance, and we're seeking to find this harmony within the chaos of our lives, right? 53% of stay-at-home moms say flexibility in their hours to work a schedule is a major factor in their ability to take a job. And 46% of female employees say flex time is the most important benefit a company can offer its workers. So women are demanding more. They want a little bit different. And a lot of women want to work from home. So I run into a lot of people now. Are you one of these women? Do you want to work from home? Do you need something that's a little bit more flexible? Do you want to set your own hours? This was so important to me when I first started looking at doTERRA as a viable stream of income. So you're here because you're like, hey, what does it actually mean to unlock income? Now, I'm not here to tell you you just have to like open your mouth and share oils and do nothing else. No, but I am here to tell you that if you decide to take this on, if you're like, hey, I'm ready to take it up a next level, or maybe I want to get a little bit more serious about sharing a little bit more or more intentional, I want to let you know we've got you covered, right? We have an entire team. I've got systems. I've got a user manual in place. I have everything ready for you to go. Okay. But you can't just like say, hey, I want to show up in this webinar and next week you're going to have a check for $500. It doesn't quite work like that. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Okay. So 3 factors in general, because maybe you're looking at different opportunities. Maybe doTERRA is not your opportunity. Maybe you're looking at some other options out there. 3 factors to consider before starting a new business. Will it be relevant in 10 to 15 years? Right? Will it be relevant in 10 to 15 years? I think about all the places that opened up because cupcakes were the major rage. And now it's cookies. And then it goes to this, right? In 10 to 15 years, is Cupcake Shop going to be relevant, right? In 10 to 15 years, is the basket going to be irrelevant? And I'm using the term basket because when I grew up, my mom did direct sales or multi-level or network marketing, and she did it with a basket company. And they shared baskets, and you can only have so many baskets. They are amazing baskets. I have them around my home, but you can only have so many baskets, right? Is it true? Does it work? Is there integrity? Somebody yesterday just asked me, I get questions all the time. Hey, would you be open to sharing another product to earn commissions off of? And I said, well, it would really depend on what that product was. Does it align with my integrity, right? Because women want something that aligns with their integrity. Does it work? Is it true? Does it align with my core values, right? So this is in question because you can want to share oils all you want, or you can want to share something else all you want. But if your heart truly isn't in the passion, it's not going to work. And if you didn't choose to represent it or the product, would you still use it? I can guarantee you there are like maybe a handful of doTERRA products that I'm like, it's okay. But the majority of the products that we have, I wouldn't choose to use anything else on the market, right? So these are just some questions to look at. So let's start to look at, okay, so we know that women are ready to seek more. Like we're like, hey, we want to find something else. We also know that we have an economy right now that keeps the inflation keeps going higher, and a lot of us need a little extra in our home. So why would we look at this thing called social selling or network marketing? Okay. Now, I'm not talking specifically about doTERRA. I want to talk about social selling or network marketing in general. Okay. This is the term we use for companies that are going to offer a product, and those products are sold via a distributorship, right? So instead of being able to find doTERRA products on a shelf, you have to find somebody that's a distributor or somebody that has an account that you can, order from them, right? And so this isn't just with oils. There's products out there for cleaning products and hair care products and makeup lines and your nails and everything else in between. Okay. So why are these so popular, right? They're popular, but I'm going to just talk about the elephant in the room. They're popular, but a lot of people also snub their nose and go, and maybe you were one of these people, or maybe you haven't said yes to actually sharing because you don't want to be one of those MLM people, those network marketing people, right? But the truth is, because we've got this stigmatism out there, we're thinking about mom's MLM and boxes of stuff in our garage that mom couldn't sell. We are not your grandma's or your mother's direct sale company. We are called social selling, right? And there's a lot of beauty in it. And some of the beauty in it is that in a social selling model, you're getting paid to tell your friends about a product, right? So instead of Target getting paid because you told your friend that you got this cute shirt at Target, instead of Target reaping the benefits of that sale, you're telling your friends about this awesome new electrolyte that I can't stop drinking. The strawberry is my favorite. You're telling your friends about the amazing benefits that you are experiencing because you had an electrolyte, because you had a collagen, because you put that hunger up and down your baby's spine when they didn't feel well and they were better almost instantaneously, or you broke a fever with a little bit of peppermint oil or whatever that is. You're getting paid to tell your friends and family about a product, and then you're teaching them how to use that product. And so the cool part about a social selling or network marketing industry is that it's a built-in business model. The product sourcing, the order fulfillment, the billing, the customer service is all taken care of. There is no inventory. I have inventory in my basement, but most of that is the products that my family needs, right? So you don't have to go out, you don't have to find a location, you don't have to get all of the equipment. I have friends that own gyms and they have spent thousands and thousands of dollars for a built-in business model. If you wanted the built-in business model of McDonald's, it's a million plus for a McDonald's franchise, right? With doTERRA, there's low startup cost, or not just doTERRA, but anybody in the direct sale business, there's a low startup cost. In the case of doTERRA, it's 100 PV or about $100 a month. And that's the products that you're probably going to need for your own household, right? Because you love the product and that's why you're sharing it with others. And so it's a very, very low investment, and there's built-in education systems. It's your springboard to do other things. So I work also in the coaching industry and I have done lots and lots of trainings. And a lot of times, if you want to be a coach, you have to spend thousands of dollars for a mentor program. That's all built in when you're in social selling. That's all built in when you're in network marketing. Plus, that time flexibility is built in. That flexibility to work from home, it's built in. And so it's actually, I think, the best model, no matter what the naysayers say or what the people say when they roll their eyes or thumb up their nose at, oh my gosh, you're in that MLM or whatever it is. I call BS because I think the social selling and network marketing industry is the number one industry for women that want to find this flexibility, that want to find this freedom. Now, I'm not saying it's the only one, but I think that we are in a period of time where there's so many people that are turning to online commerce and education and teaching people that, and this affiliate marketing that's out there, and everybody's sharing their Amazon links and everything like that. It's no different than what doTERRA already is. Okay. So now let's talk about, so hopefully, I know I kind of got a little bit crazy there, but I am so passionate about this industry. And is it a perfect industry? No, it's not. Right. But nothing is perfect. And I want you to look at this with your eyes wide open. I hope today that I'm just giving you a lot of different perspectives so that you can chew on it and you can make the decision then to do what's best for you. What is your next best step? So what do you know about doTERRA? So 12 years ago, I found myself at a crossroads. I had worked in corporate America. I came home. I was staying home with my little boy. Was pregnant with my second. I had him. I loved staying home with my boys. But at the same time, I was like, I need something else. And that it was more of like this like soul fulfillment for me and the income at the same time. I wanted the products in my home, but I didn't know how to pay for them. Right. I didn't know how to pay for them because we were living in LA on one salary and money was tight. And so I said to myself, okay, I'm going to figure this out. And the reality was the doTERRA found me. It just kind of plopped in my lap. My mom, because she had been in the baskets and everything, she had like been like encouraging me to start to look at the social selling model because she had done it when I was younger. And she's like, I really think that you should look at this. My mom had no idea what essential oils were. So she thought I should teach women how to use bras, which, that again would have been a great thing. But doTERRA found me, and bras, they're a different part of history. But let's talk about why you would choose doTERRA. You know that women are looking for an opportunity. You are probably one of those women. If you're not here on this call, it's or if you're on this call, it's probably because you're looking for something different. You're curious. You want to know. Now you know that, women are leaving the workforce, what the benefits of social selling are. So what do you know about doTERRA? Why did I choose a partnership with doTERRA? Why would you? So the truth is, doTERRA is officially the largest network marketing company in the US. We are the largest essential oil company in the world. And we're also one of the largest natural wellness companies in the world. So there's a little bit of a distinction in there because essential oils is a little bit different than wellness products. And those wellness products are going to be like your supplements, your protein powders, your collagens, that, awesome electrolytes, things like that. We are also one of the largest wellness companies in the entire world. We are not here just to be the next largest, direct sale company. We want to make a difference. And we will continue to disrupt the healthcare industry and stay on the top, right? So let's dive into, and opportunities abound. So a lot of you might be like, oh, I don't know anybody that needs essential oils. The reality is that a lot of the people, when we first started in doTERRA, a lot of the people, we tapped into what we call our warm market, our friends and our family. And in your warm market, you might have some friends that aren't quite interested. They know about doTERRA. They're not quite interested in doTERRA, but maybe they're not interested in essential oils, but are they taking an electrolyte that we can shift them over, things like that. But in general, 66% of the US has never used an essential oil. Half of that 66% would try. They're open to trying essential oil. That equals 100 million people just in the US who want to experience essential oils. So when people tell me my market is tapped out, I don't know anybody that wants to use essential oils, I say BS, right? Because there are people out there, we might just need to unlock their curiosity in a little bit of a different way. And that's okay. You don't have to know how to do that because I'm going to teach you how to do that. There's also 61% of those people cannot name an EO company. 44 don't recognize a single EO company, even when shown a list. 53% of non-natural product users rank healthy lifestyles important. So there's a lot of education and misinformation in the market, and we need to change that. And that's what we're here to do. So why doTERRA? Okay, we're just going to go here. Number one, doTERRA is super effective. And most of you already know that because you are using them in your home. Okay. They're an effective, right? So most tested and most trusted. We have over 4.5 million customers. I think the number is a little bit higher now. We are a typical, we're also a little bit different with because we have products that mama can use and babies can use and kids and everybody can use. We're not targeted into just, women in makeup or anything like that, which there's nothing wrong with that. I have some friends that sell some amazing makeup that I love through the network marketing model. But with our products, because they're so consumable, people are using them. So the amount of customers we have, the reoccurrence of them purchasing is a lot higher than a lot of companies that are out there. So if you are searching around and trying to find a home in the network marketing industry, make sure you ask, what's your retention rate, right? What is your retention rate? What are what are your debt ratios, things like that. But because of doTERRA being so effective, it actually helps on the flip side for your business because you're going to be ordering the majority of people are ordering. I think 65% of people are ordering at least once a year, which is unheard of in direct sales. A lot of people in the network marketing industry are around like 15 to 20%, right? So they're not really ordering reoccurringly. They're not ordering monthly. And in doTERRA, they are. And that makes a difference when you're building a business that is commission-based, okay? Another thing is doTERRA is proven, okay? We're named the largest essential oil company in the world by Verified Markets. We're part of a $3.4 trillion wellness market. We have sales in over 110 countries. So we are a global business. We have unique and unrivaled quality products. So it's not just about the essential oils, it's also about the products we have. And we're led by an executive team of innovators with 150 years of combined industry experience, right? So we're proven. We're not just like, hey, take our word for it. There's science that backs what we're doing. There is trends that back what we're doing. We're in markets around the world. We're changing the world. And that is the third part of the doTERRA difference, which is one of the reasons that that integrity and that love. So I grew up on a farm. I grew up on a farm in eastern Iowa, a couple hundred acres. I grew up surrounded by cornfields. My house was out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the closest neighbor was a mile away. The closest town was 7 to 8 miles away. So when I say country, I mean country. But I grew up on a farm that was the third generation of farmers from after immigrating from Germany, right? It was my great grandfather, my father, and then, or my great grandfather, my grandfather, and then my father. And now it's my brother. So he's the fourth generation. And I understand the difference between a small family farm and a giant commercial production. And one of the things that brought me to doTERRA was when I learned about the quality and the sourcing of the product. So it's not just you using that essential oil in your home, but when you put a drop in your hand, it's going around the world and making an impact on the farmers, on the growers, on everybody. And it's like we're supporting small family farms around the world. In fact, over 1.5 million people have been impacted by our co-impact sourcing model. We're here to lift and liberate the world, not just it's this. So when you share essential oils, it's not just about you benefiting with a check or your friends benefiting from the oils. It's about this trickle down effect that goes out into the world to make a world the better place, because the essential oil industry is a very corrupt industry, and it is a lot of times the people that are, harvesting the oils and providing the oils, they're not paid fair prices and their working conditions are really low. And so what doTERRA does is we go in, we create these co-ops of growers, we pay them fair prices, and then we help them have a better life through our Healing Hands Foundation and our co-impact sourcing. So that's maybe where we build schools and we build running water, and we make a difference in the lives of all of these people around the globe, for all those people that are like those third, those fourth, those fifth generation farmers, like where I grew up. And so it's not just about essential oils, it's about a global movement to better the planet. And that's pretty darn cool. And that's something I can stand behind all the way. Okay. So you kind of get the picture. It's not just about the products, it's about some of these other accolades that doTERRA has. In the recording link to this page, which everybody's going to get, whether it's in the comments or you reach out or whatever, there is going to be a link to doTERRA in the news. So you can see like all of the cool things that doTERRA has done. There's also going to be a link to the Healing Hands Foundation and co-impact sourcing. So if that's something that you really want to explore more, it's there for you. Okay. So, but why would you look at doTERRA right now? We've kind of touched upon some of these things already. The need for alternative income has never been greater, right? doTERRA is actually thriving right now in an economy that's not. There's actually a lot of direct sell companies out there, a lot of companies in general that are holding on by the strings because of the economy that we're in right now. doTERRA is not like that. We have seen a small decrease in sales, but on a global level, we are completely 100% debt free. And we have, we have our resources, right? We have a huge supply chain. We have lots of things going for us. People are also recognizing the greater need to take responsibility for their health. So there's a lot more people that are waking up to the fact that, hey, our healthcare system in the United States, it's there for sick care. It's there to take care of us when we're already sick. It's not there to take care of my body daily so I don't get sick. I'm in charge of that. And there's a lot more people that are waking up to understand that fast food and processed food and, tons and tons of pharmaceuticals aren't making us any healthier. In fact, it's making us sicker. And they're like, hey, so people that maybe 10 years ago weren't ready for essential oils and the hippy dippy woo, now they're like, I'm ready for this. I want to embrace this. Can you teach me? Can you show me how? And my answer is always absolutely. Let's dive into your health goals. And again, 2.2 million women left the workforce, but that means we are not seeking purpose in work. We want something. It just needs to look a little bit different. So with all of this being said, I think you get the idea. Like doTERRA is an awesome company. Now, it's a great company to partner with. You're in the right spot. And this is where it's at. Okay. So questions you may have. Let's look at this. Questions you may have. How do I make money? This is a big question. How do I actually make money? How much time is involved? This is always one of my biggest questions from people. Could this work for me? And what's the next step? So let's explore these. How do you make money? How do you make money? You love your oils, right? Most of you love your oils. You love your oils. You sample people, you give them an experience, you educate them, you invite them to be educated a little bit more. You help them get their own wholesale account, just like you have, because remember, no inventory. You don't got to run around delivering products and things like that. And then you support them on their wellness journey. The cool thing about, doTERRA is like, it's not just a one and done. This is a journey. I'm still learning things on my journey 12 to 13 years later. So how do you make money? You rinse and repeat. We have a proven system that's already in place for you. You sample, you educate, you enroll, and you support. So these are the basics. We'll teach you everything you need to know. Remember, we've got the user manual. Just like if you buy that $1 million McDonald's franchise, when you become a wellness advocate or distributor with doTERRA, you are essentially saying, I am owning and operating my own piece of a doTERRA franchise. And you are going to be the owner of that, except you didn't pay $1 million for that amazing franchise. You paid $100 to get started, right? So could this work for you? Are you passionate about natural health? Do you love your doTERRA oils? Do you love helping people? Do you want to make an impact in the world, but you're just not quite sure how you would do that? And can you follow a system and get things done, right? If you can say yes to all of this, you can do this. When I first started, I was a stay-at-home mom with 2 little kids that just wanted to get her oils paid for. And I worked when they were napping, right? And today, I work when my kids are at school, right? Except today, because I got out early, right? So could this work for you? What's the time commitment? Okay. Again, this is all up to you. There's no wrong or right answer. You can actually go back and forth because maybe you're like, hey, today I'm like, hey, I would really love to get that oil order paid for because I'm putting too many products on my wish list that I want to have in my home and I want to get my oils paid for. That is about a 3 to 5 hour a week commitment. Okay. And again, we're going to teach you exactly what to do in those 3 to 5, but it is a consistent 3 to 5 hours a week to get your oils paid for. Maybe you're like, hey, I want to supplement my income. That would be, anywhere from $1,000+ a month. I want to supplement my income. That's going to be a little bit more of a time commitment, 5 to 15 hours a week. Again, we're going to teach you how to do those things. And there's not much difference between what you're doing in, I want my oils paid for to I want to supplement my income, except you're doing the activities more, right? You're sharing with more people, you're inviting more people, you're educating more people, and you're supporting a few more people. But so your hours are increasing because you have more people that you're interacting with. And the third way is I'm going to replace my income. That's going to be the 15 to 30 hours a week. This is going to be where, hey, you're doing all those activities of the top 2, but we're probably adding in where you're teaching other people to do it the same. You're stepping into that leadership role. Now, here's what I want to say. I started with I want my oils paid for. And then about 6 months later, I want to supplement my income. And then after that, I went to this first doTERRA leadership retreat, the one I'm going to tomorrow, getting on a plane to go to tomorrow. And I was like, nope, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do for a full-time income. But it started because I wanted to get my oils paid for. And it has evolved ever since. And now I'm on a mission to help as many women find a little bit of extra passion and purpose by sharing doTERRA with others, right? Maybe that's to replace your income. Maybe that's to get your oils paid for. I don't know. We're going to go on the journey. The important part is that you're here today and you're saying, okay, I'm ready for next steps. I'm ready for next steps. So when you put it all together, I just like to show this chart. And it's going to be in that guide, the goodies that I'm handing out, is these are just some idea ranges. So we have ranks in doTERRA because we're part of, we're social selling. That's just part of the thing. But if you were saying, hey, I want to put in 8 hours a week, um, I would probably have $300 to $800 a month, right? In about 6 months, right? If I put in 15 hours, it would probably take about 2 months. If I put in 20, it'd take about one. If you're putting in that 3 to 5, you're going to probably get to that, in 6 months, you're going to get to, the $300 to $800 just kind of there. Okay. There's lots. These are true numbers. These are average incomes. But this is the potential. There's so much potential in this. And sometimes I show this and sometimes I don't. But the first goal is always to help you get to elite, always to solidify your belief that you can do this and get to that $300 to $800. And then we go from there. And the cool part is everything else, all those higher numbers you see, it's built on you knowing how to get your oils paid for and then showing others how to get their oils paid for. Okay. So I want to ask you a question right now. We're about ready to wrap this up. What do you want to create? Where are you at right now? What are you thinking? Like, what looks really fun and manageable and doable in your life? Financial freedom, a generous savings account, charitable giving, time freedom, building your dreams, self improvement, spending more time with your family, travel, retirement, right? Where are you at? Through this, I've had so many women that some of them are like, hey, I've got my oils paid for and it's a huge blessing in my life. Others are, they've got their oils paid for and they have a little extra to do the things that they love to do. Some of them have been able to quit jobs that were killing them because they were working the graveyard shift and then trying to be with their kids all day long. Some of them have been able to retire a little bit earlier than they anticipated and then enjoy entire retirement a little bit more because they have the extra income. For myself, we were able to leave California completely. My husband for 8 years fired the boss, retired from corporate America, and he stayed home and was the main caregiver when our kids were little. It's only been about a year and a half since he's been back in corporate America, and that was because it was a choice that he wanted to do, not anymore of he had to do it. And the kids were a little bit older, but he got those 8 precious years with his kids when they were little, not later on, after he was retired and they were all left to the house, which was huge for us. We've been able to completely be 100% debt free because of doTERRA, because we're here with this passion to help other people. But it started because we wanted some extra groceries and household money, and we wanted some money for our doTERRA wellness. That's where it started. And we started at that pay for your products, and then it evolved, right? It evolved because we were willing to say, hey, where is this journey going to take us? So just some facts about building a business, because one of the things, I have a business degree from Iowa State and I love business. I'm a numbers nerd. So when I first got started in doTERRA, I laid it in bed at night and studied the compensation plan, which is, I don't think I've ever met anybody else that has done that. But facts about building a business, just a couple of things as you're going into this. It takes time, right? It's not going to happen overnight. It takes commitment to you knowing your dreams. It takes consistency, right? It's that showing up over and over and over again. But part of it is you will have support. You have an entire tribe of women that are ready to help you. You get trainings. You will have people that don't understand you, but you're going to have so many more that are waiting for you to learn. I have some of the best friendships because of doTERRA. You're going to have to push through some obstacles. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. I can't sugarcoat that, but you're going to have a team of people cheering you on as you do that. And you will personally and professionally develop. And it's a ton of fun with amazing relationships. And just this morning, I was listening to a podcast and it said, we all matter in this business. So whether you decide to say, hey, I want to be part of this global community of people that are sharing, whether you are sharing with one person every single month and you're inviting a couple to a class that we're hosting, or whether you're sharing with 10, or whether you want to do this business all the way to the sky's limit, or you're like, hey, I'm ready to just dive in and get my oils paid for. Wherever you're at, you're part of this beautiful ecosystem that makes doTERRA work, that makes our business work. You're part of this community, and every single contribution feeds into the whole of this beautiful, beautiful network of essential oil users and community and wellness and change that we are creating in the world. And we want to have you part of that. We want you to partner with us. We want you to be part of this change in the way that works for you right now. So, the investment breakdown is your collection of essential oils and some time commitment. And really, that's it. Monthly, you need to spend 100 PV. And that's it. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. So, what are your next steps today? First of all, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been so much fun having you here, answering your questions. Like I said before, if you're watching this in one of the Facebook groups, we're going to put a link down below that you can access this recording if you want to access it in a different way. There's going to be goodie links and things like that. So make sure you look at that. You have a wholesale account, you're going to upgrade. And then the next steps are you are going to if you're like ready to go, you're going to reach back out to the person that invited you, or you're going to contact me. And I'll get you connected to that person, because sometimes you might not know who is my support person. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody helped share the business with you or share essential oils with you, but they're not actually actively doing the business. Reach out to me. I will get you connected to the right person. Might be me, might be somebody else. You can text 515-531-2277, text unlock, and we'll start a little conversation. We'll get you. But your next step is to reach out to the next person so that you can create the plan, right? We're going to create your plan. We've got all the resources, but the next step is so that we know you're ready to say yes, and we can start to support you, to guide you, and take you through this process, because it's a really, really fun and amazing process. And we really would, it's like a super honor to have you reach out and say, hey, can you help me? Can you explore with me? Answer your questions. We can hop on a call and we can figure out what your next steps are. So thanks for getting curious with me today. Thanks for showing up on this call. Thanks for learning a little bit more what it means to unlock some health and wellness by sharing essential oils in one of the best industries I think there is for women to really show up in our full expression of ourselves, to do what we love, and to get paid for that as well. So thanks, everyone. I will see you next time on this. I'm going to end all of my streams on all of the places. And if you're in the Zoom room, hang on. If